Details were entered correctly. Back onto the Superbets mobile site, type in your OTP. In a few seconds, you will receive a welcome SMS confirming your new account. A 50 Rand sign-up bonus will reflect in your account within 24 hours of your sign-up. Welcome to our family. Superbets, bet with the biggest.
My name is Dumigere, your super host. You know me from Super TV. Why don't you come follow me on Instagram?
Are watching Super TV, Open View, channel 150.
Hello and welcome to Mo Sports. Now, today is one of those days in world football where everything stands still and all eyes are in Lisbon, in Portugal, in Europe. Because OB knows this is that weekend. This is the weekend where the European champions will be crowned. This is an occasion where, for the third time in 3 seasons. In fact, for the second time in 3 seasons, there's 2 English sides in the final. Welcome to Mo Sports. My name is Mo, and sitting across the table is Mr. OB Knows himself. And our job is to bring you all things world football. And today is a very big day because none of us are Chelsea and Man City fans. So we had to go out of our way to find people who can speak with a voice that speaks to those clubs. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's see what the Mo riddle reads like today. Now, here we go. It says, I came to the ranks at Tottenham Hotspurs before joining Leyton Orient on loan. I went on to play for Norwich City, Millwall, and Leicester City before I got recognized as one of the best strikers in the world. Who am I? If you know this player, submit your answer to 071 621 4746. OB knows, what should they expect on today's show?
Well, Mo, on today's show, we can look forward to talking about the sacking of Kevin Hunt. I'm not too excited about it. I don't want giving so much energy to it. But we'll be talking about the sacking of Kevin Hunt. And it is the UEFA Champions League final, so we're having a big build-up towards the final. Trying to hear what is the point of view from both camps between Chelsea and Man City, rather. And we also need to talk about Pitso, who has been crowned for the 4th time since he got to Egypt. Let's kick it off with what's going on in the PSL.
Welcome back to the show. Now, it's a very interesting time in world football because Kaizer Chiefs are on the hunt for a new manager after they let go of Kevin Hunt. You see what I did there? On the hunt for a new manager. Now, a lot of people had looked at this season and thought to themselves that, look, Kaizer Chiefs are not at that level where everybody who is in the gold and the black of the Soweto Giants believes they should be playing at. And right now, the executives, the board members have taken the decision to let Kevin Hunt go hunt for a new club. So OB knows I'm touched. I don't want to speak much about it. I hear Athazwan is going to be taking charge alongside Shepherd. And for me, it's one of those things that I didn't. It's a lack of patience for me. It's the lack of patience. Give the man one more season. Give that man a few more games. Give that man till the end of the season. This is the first time in his career, in his managerial career, of the past 2 decades, he's been sacked before the season is over. Kevin Hunt, everybody. Kevin Hunt has been sacked.
It's a big one, eh? I didn't see it coming. Although a lot of people will say that it should have happened a lot earlier. I don't know. I really thought Chiefs were going to give him a chance, to establish an identity at the club. Kind of, pushing his philosophy in the team, because clearly it wasn't happening, with the current crop of players. And I think it was also a bit more worse, currently hearing that a lot of the players didn't really want to play for him. We don't really know who the names are of those players, but it is apparent that some of the players didn't really want to play for Kevin Hunt. He was a bit too hard on the players, and to be honest, that's really what I expected from Kevin Hunt. I was always wondering, is he a changed, individual? I mean, I know Kevin Hunt as a coach who's very hard on, if he needs to swear at you, he'll swear at you. He's that type of coach. So I do think that I really expect the Kaizer Chiefs to give them, to give him another chance. Maybe see how he starts, next season. And also, he's still in the semi-finals of CAF, Mo.
So is it okay for me to say that Kaizer Chiefs have picked up the Chelsea ethos? Of if you're not happy with him, let him go. I mean, it's too soon to let him go. It's his first season. He didn't even get a transfer window. Like, he didn't even get to sign anyone he wanted. He was working with a crop of players that he inherited, and not by choice, but by force.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a transfer window, but he couldn't sign anyone because of a ban, and now you're sacking him before he can implement any changes. Unless if the deal was, look, dude, we're signing you for this season as a placeholder. We have someone else in mind, but they're preoccupied at this moment in time, and we'll get them in at the end of the season and let you go. But 4 games to go. I understand that right now they're sitting closer to relegation than they are sitting to the summit. But it's not the coach's fault. He's really tried his best.
Well, you can say he's really tried his best, but we go back to the point that this is the same team that set second last season. Despite the fact that yes, it is a new coach. He wants to try out some new things as well. But to be finishing where he is right now, it's pretty much disappointing. I did say yesterday that I don't think that it's where Kaizer Chiefs should be. I mean, yes, it's football. Yes, you win and you lose. But when teams such as Kaizer Chiefs, I mean, a team that gives the best players to South Africa, in terms of the national team, but most of the players that come out into the national team are playing for Kaizer Chiefs, Orlando Pirates and Sundowns. So when a team goes down this way, and it's not even what's going on in the field, it's more of what's going on in the background, So I do think that a lot needs to happen at Kaizer Chiefs, but I don't think that Kevin Hunt was the answer, in fact, to letting him go.
I can't wait to see the organizers of that strike, that Kaizer Chiefs strike, because I want to ask them, how do they feel now that their list of demands was submitted and all of a sudden Kevin Hunt is on the hunt for a new job? Let's talk about the Cairo combo. Now, the Cairo combo of old that OB.KNOWS is such a big fan of. Who are this Cairo combo and why are we talking about?
Well, the Cairo combo is referring to none other than Stuart Baxter and Mulifin Tseki. And I'll say why, they are the Cairo combo. I mean, you do remember that there was that game where Bafana Bafana played against Egypt in the African Cup of Nations, and we actually beat Egypt in their own background, and it was these two men, the Cairo combo, who were at the helm of the Bafana Bafana team. So it is apparent that they are the ones who are going to be stepping in at Kaizer Chiefs. I mean, it's not yet been put pen to paper, but a lot of the media houses are running with the story that the Cairo combo will be the two that will be, sitting in the seat at Kaizer Chiefs Cup next season.
Is it because Stuart Baxter is the last manager to bring silverware to Naturen?
Most probably.
Is that must be the biggest reason? I mean, I don't see any other motivational letter. It must be very short. It's Baxter. Like,
I think what Chiefs are kind of looking at right now is to get back to their feet as quick as possible. I feel like they needed someone who would get things quick and running.
But recycling managers is not the answer.
Well, you could say that more.
It
but,
might be
if you want someone who knows the players, who knows the philosophy of the team. They've brought back a lot of coaches. I mean, Ernest Milondop, when he came back, he was coming back for his third stint, if I'm not mistaken, at Kaizer Chiefs. So it's one of those things that you do sometimes need to look at what worked for you in the past. And I do think that Baxter did a very good job, a decent job actually at Kaizer Chiefs. If I do remember, he didn't even leave because of the club because of poor game performances. It was rather a dispute between himself and the management. So I'm glad that that's been ironed out right now, and they're looking forward to glory days. I mean, hopefully that's what Stuart Baxter will bring back, the glory days for Kaizer Chiefs.
I mean, super viewers, let me remind you that when Zinedine Zidane came back to Real Madrid for his second stint, it was after he was the most successful coach in the recent history of football, picking up 3 Champions League titles in a row alongside the FIFA Club World Cup, the Super Cups. That's a very successful stint he spent at Real Madrid. His second stint, he leaves after just collecting 2 trophies. A league title and a Copa del Rey, OB.KNOWS. So the second stint and the third stint will never be as successful as the first one, especially because the first time around, it was a new project to you. You were excited. You knew everything was challenging, and now you're coming back to a place you know. I've never seen anyone go back to their comfort zone and excel. That's all I want to say.
Jose did it.
With Chelsea.
Yeah.
The same Chelsea at the end, where the players didn't want to play for him, and the players sat in the bottom half of the table.
You said he won't excel. I mean, he won the league title at least. And same as Zidane, he won a league title as well. He reached the semi-finals with the same team he has right now, without the Cristiano Ronaldos, with the team that he has, as weak as it is, having to change an identity, making a more defensive team. I think you need to give more credit to Zidane than you are.
All right, yeah, we'll give him more credit, but there's still 2 trophies. Super viewers, let's not forget there's only 2 trophies. Let's talk about Stuart Baxter's record. How many games did he play? How many goals did his team score? What is the goal per game ratio? Let's see what the numbers have to say about his stint at Kaizer Chiefs, because the numbers never lie, and it's one of those things that is very important in world football. So how do his numbers look?
Well, it depends. You're talking about Kevin Hunt or
Kevin Hunt.
Kevin Hunt. Well, he's played 44 matches, or that's Stuart Baxter's.
So let's start with Stuart
reign.
Baxter. As you can see, 110 matches played, 66 wins, 25 draws, 19 losses, and 2.03 points per match. Okay. Let's get Kevin Hunt in there. Let's get Kevin Hunt's stats there. We're just gonna compare the two. I see you smiling a little bit, but that man played 110 games, Obi knows. But look at this.
But did you see how many losses he had? He had 19 losses in 110 games.
Yeah, so 44 matches played, 12 wins, 17 draws, and 15 losses is what Kevin Hunt was able to put together. And 1.20 points per match ratio is what he was able to achieve towards the end. Sad, really, but he didn't play 110 games. That's my argument.
But in 44, he lost 15. 4 less than Baxter.
Let me ask you this. At the time when Stuart Baxter was there, was he dealing with the YouTube channel where this guy was kept on saying every day that the Chiefs are going to win? Was he dealing with that?
That's not what affects the way they play on the field, Mo. It doesn't matter whether we have someone talking on Instagram. I mean, people always talk about the Chiefs. Doesn't matter whether it's on Instagram, on the daily news. Someone is talking about Kaizer Chiefs every minute of the day, and the pressure is always there. Doesn't matter what time of the year it is.
My Chiefs, you guys are not in Europe, you're in South Africa. Stop second managers for no reason. Let's chill a little bit. Let's wait for the season to end, guys. These headlines are unnecessary. I won't say I am against the decision. I understand why Kaizer Chiefs had to make the decision, but at the end of the day, it's very hard to see a manager who didn't have the chance to sign players, who didn't have the chance to implement his philosophy. He tried to put in a lot of new players. He tried to work with what he had. He started playing people in the midfield. He took defenders from the defense and put them in the midfield. He tried everything possible and he still got the sack. So let's go to the website. Don't forget to SMS Super TV to 30978 so you can also join us on this beautiful expedition. Let's go see what's happening on the website. So when you arrive, we see the very familiar Super Bets website. Obi knows, I see where you're trying to go. Don't go there. Go down to soccer. We don't want to waste time. We want to make this bet nice and crisp right now. Let's go. Soccer. Let's go to South Africa. Let's go choose, no. We just want PSL, come on. All right, so these are the two games that are taking place over the next 2 days, over the weekend, basically. Morocco Solas are facing Mamelodi Sundowns, and then TS Galaxy will be taking on Orlando Pirates. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to more markets, because I spoke about this earlier on, and some other men was like, I want to see you do it. More markets. Right, let's say there's going to be under. Let's go to the under, over and under. There it is, over and under there. Scroll down. And then let's say under 3.5, Obi knows.
Under 3.5.
Down. There. No, that's halftime. Yes. Scroll down. Yeah, one block down, one block to the left. No. One block to the right. That one. Let's put money on that one. Yeah. Let's put a clip on there. Let's see.
A whole clip,
Okay, $10. I think we're testing formulas.
You're making us win 11 rand.
Okay, fine. Let's do this. Let's say. Okay, it's fine. We'll do this bit off air because we clearly need us to spend a little bit more time on it. So let's put it away. Let's go to Egypt because we need to talk about Pitso Mosimane and his Al Ahly. Al Ahly were crowned the champions of Africa once again. I mean, they're the Champions League champions, but now they're the champions of the African Super Cup. Isn't just a game, but to Pitso right now he's like, if Pitso was your father, he comes home every day with an achievement. What do you do? Like, you're passing. You're telling him about, Dad, I was at school every day. They gave me this award. Your dad just won the Super Cup. Oh, he's won the Super Cup.
He's won the Super Cup. I mean, look, Pitso Mosimane, he said in the press conference when he was coming here, when he was in South Africa for Mamelodi Sundowns, and he did say that he doesn't know what he should do to earn the respect of Sundowns fans. And this is the same type of success he brought to Mamelodi Sundowns. He won the Champions League, went on to win the Super Cup as well. And the love that he's receiving from Al Ahly fans right now, it's crazy. I mean, there was even a banner out in the stadium which had a bit of words in there which were encouraging to Pitso Mosimane.
We believe, we respect,
we respect, we achieve. And respect is actually a very big word in Pitso Mosimane's vocabulary at this point because of what happened, when he was here in South Africa. But he has to be given respect for what he has done. I mean, as a coach, he's achieved so much, and we'll check it out a bit later when we're looking at what he's achieved as a coach. But I really think that Pitso Mosimane should be getting his flowers each and every day he wakes up.
So as you can see behind our shoulders, the Cairo combo of late. This is the new Cairo combo, is crying about. Let's see the list of trophies that Pitso Mosimane has been able to collect over his career. I mean, it's a long list of trophies that he's been able to collect. I mean, I'm quite impressed. When I look at the list, I mean, it's 5 PSL titles, 2 Telkom knockouts, 2 Nedbank Cups, 2 CAF Champions Leagues, and he's won one in South Africa and won one in Egypt. He's won the Egyptian Prem, he's won the Egyptian Cup. Somebody was actually saying that, remember the time when Pitso was the man at Bafana and he got sacked and everybody was like, Pitso, we are paid to Pitso.
Yeah.
And Sundowns was like, come here, we understand. And then he went on to dominate. And looking a decade later, the things he's been able to achieve, not only at Mamelodi Sundowns, but now on the continental stage. I mean, he's closer to Europe than he is to the Antarctica right now. And then if you look at what he's been able to achieve there in Egypt, wow.
The only stint in his career where he didn't achieve anything was when he was at Bafana. You know, and I think that just shows not only how good Pitso is as a coach, but also shows you what's going on in SAFA. You know what I'm saying? You had one of the best coaches, well, for me, the best coach in Africa right now, in your stable, and you still couldn't do anything with him there, you know. So Pitso Mosimane he's been great. I mean, at SuperSport United, he won those 2 trophies there when he was there. He went on as well. In fact, he didn't win any trophies at SuperSport. He didn't win a league trophy rather, but he did go to the finals of the SA Super 8.
Yeah.
But you know, Pitso Mosimane has been a successful coach throughout his career, and I do think that his thing that Al Ahly is just going to show us a lot more of what he can bring. I mean, he's in a space where he's not really known, but of course now he is known, but he's in a space where he's not really respected at the beginning. We had a lot of questions about, will he get the respect of the players? You know, will he be able to, you know what I'm saying? And I think he's done pretty well at this point. He keeps on delivering despite what the legends are saying in the newspapers. They don't like his style of play, all of this. He's playing the wrong players. He brings the trophies home, and that's what we can give Pitso Mosimane right now.
All right, we'll definitely love to go look at what's happening in Egyptian football. But for now, let's take a break because we have a big build-up that's coming up. We have a Chelsea and a Man City fan coming in. I heard OB.KNOWS say in the intro that it's a Manchester United fan. No, it's just that people are not used to the concept of seeing Manchester City in the Champions League final. Let's find out more later when you come back.
You are watching Super TV, Open View, channel 150. You are watching Super TV, Open View, channel 150.
Welcome back to Mo Sports. Now, it's a very interesting time in world football. Like I said, this weekend is the weekend that everybody's faces, eyes, ears are going to be fixed on European football as the champions of the UEFA Champions League are going to be crowned. Now, for the first time in just 2 seasons, we have 2 English teams that are going head-to-head. Well, welcome to the show. The name of the show is Mo Sports. My name is Mo, and you're tuned into channel 150 on your open view decoder, Super TV, powered by Super Bets. Now, before I introduce my guest, let me give you the Mo riddle one more time so that you can submit your answer. So you can read it for yourself real quick. If you want to send us the answer, the number is 071-621-4746. And once you've submitted your answer, you just have to wait to the end of the show to see if you're right or if you were wrong. Now, joining me here in studio are 2 gentlemen that, I don't know. If you don't know these men, you don't know football, because these 2 men are the biggest Manchester and Chelsea fans I could find, or that OB.KNOWS could find. And they're joining us today in studio. Sianda and Tato, how you guys doing?
Chilling. How are you, bro?
Are you good? So are you guys excited about today? I mean, you guys are in the finals.
Yeah, excited. Very much excited.
All right.
Yeah, I'm very much excited, you know. It's time to put Chelsea back at number 1 in Europe.
All right, let's look at the numbers, because the numbers, they don't lie. First of all, let's find out which English teams have won the European Cup and how many titles do they have at this moment in time. So obviously at number 1, as a Chelsea fan just said, Chelsea put them at number 1. Liverpool sitting there with 6 titles. They're level with Bayern Munich and only 1 trophy behind the likes of AC Milan. While Manchester United are sitting there with 3 trophies, half of what Liverpool has. And as you can see, Liverpool are there in the graphic. And Nottingham Forest sitting on 2 trophies. If Chelsea were to win tonight, they will join Nottingham Forest on 2 trophies. And that would mean that Man City doesn't even get their name on this list. Aston Villa with 1 trophy and Chelsea with 1 trophy. So as you just saw, it's very sad for a Manchester City fan at this moment, because you guys are not even on the graphic.
But we will be. This is going to be the first domino to fall, and then the rest will come.
The rest will come. All right, so Tata, talk to me. I mean, this is your guys' 4th appearance in the final. The first time it didn't go well for you guys. I remember there was a time you guys were chasing it and Steven Gerrard knocked you guys out. Manchester United also had their say against you guys. So 4th time, do you think this is the second title?
We're definitely getting the 2nd title. I mean, that graphic proves Chelsea is just the historically better club in terms of, you know, European football. We have the experience, you know, we've done it before, you know. And even when you think about it, when we won it against Bayern, we weren't supposed to win it, were we? It was the same situation. It was Chelsea are the underdogs. And then what happened? Drogba. Just saying. I'm just saying, boys. I'm just saying.
So you think it's going to be another Drogba situation? Because if you're saying it's going to be another Drogba situation, that means Giroud has to come from the bench and score the goal.
Hey, can I tell you something? That's the one thing that worries me about this final. We have not been taking our chances. Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, all the boys there are not taking the chances. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. But in terms of like structure of the boys and in terms of how we play, we're the only team in Europe, I think, that can take Man City. And they know that. Deep down, they know that. Deep down in there, he knows.
Okay, let's ask them that question, because as you know, the recent form is not in your side. I mean, you guys faced them in the FA Cup final and lost it. And not only that, they wished you again in the Premier League. And it's 2 out of 2 at this point in time this season. So are you worried about the recent form against you in particular?
Look, I think we need to switch up our approach. I mean, this whole thing of holding the ball most of the time, I feel like it plays right into their hand. I feel like, you know, we should start off with, we should let them have a bit more of the ball, you understand? Let them see how they can break us down, how they can break Diaz and Stones down, right? And the moment they can't do it, we hit them on the counter like we did with PSG. So, yeah, I think that's how we could possibly win.
So are you not worried that the fact that this side that you're facing not only is in the final because they deserve it, first and foremost, we have to give them the credit. I mean, they played the best football of their careers. But now they have a manager that was there in the final last season. They have a captain that was in the final last season. They have the likes of Rudiger. They have the likes of Jorginho. I mean, they have a good squad in their hands. Do you not worry that that coach being there last season, is he going to pick it up this season?
The thing about Chelsea, they're not a squad of winners, unfortunately. Like, a lot of their players haven't achieved in comparison.
Okay.
You know what it's like to, help me out here, to win. So,
Okay.
yeah, I feel like that'll play into our hands. And yeah, Pep's been here before. You know what I mean? I think he'll just pass that experience on to the boys and we should get it done too.
All right, let me just remind the people at home that Pep has spent a lot of money on this side. And speaking of which, let's just look at some of the signings he's made, because I looked at the comparison of the signings he's made over the past 2 seasons and the ones that Chelsea made, and I saw that a lot of Man City signings not even in the starting lineup. Let's go see them. So João Cancelo made it in there. He was signed. Rodri is also signed. Angelino was also signed. Angelino actually left out on loan to go to Leipzig. And then there's Zach Stefan. And as you can see, Ruben Diaz, the only stalwart from this list of signings that has actually become a player. In fact, kind of comparisons to Van Dijk in terms of the impact he's had. Nathan Ake is also in there. Ferran Torres, we only saw a little bit of him at the start of the season, but towards the end, he's fallen off. And Phil Foden has become the major name and the major stay in that team. And then Pablo Moreno. So looking at the list of signings, do you think that these signings had a contribution towards you guys making it to this final?
I think for sure, definitely Ruben Diaz. Without him, I don't think we'd be here. I mean, I think, didn't we lose 5-something to Leicester before he joined?
Yeah.
So we were very leaky in defense. Had he not signed, I don't think we'd be here.
All right, so obviously we've looked at the Man City ones. We've got to look at Chelsea's list of signings. Now, I'm not gonna be biased, but let's look at it. I think it's a better list, but let's just look at it. Let me not be biased. I mean, let's start at the top. We have Kai Havertz in there. He's signed for 18 million. Timo Werner, Ben Chilwell, Hakim Ziyech, Eduardo Mendy, Thiago Silva. I mean, looking at that list, I see more Chelsea starters than I see people that are actually on the bench. So my question to you, Tato, is that looking at these signings, do you see that this team is actually going somewhere, not just for this season, but for the next five seasons or so?
I love that you say that we're going somewhere. Look at the age of all those signings. Young boys, young boys with a future. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you boys, look, Chelsea, hey guys, this is what we do. Even if we change managers, even if we change players, as a structure, as a club, we always manage to win. No matter what. That's what keeps us alive. That's what separates us from the Tottenhams, the Arsenals, you know what I'm saying? The Evertons. You know what I'm saying? We're just that. We know how to win, and right now it's calling for that because we're the underdogs again.
I just want to know from you, why are you naming London clubs only? It sounds like an exclusive club. You were just like, Arsenal, your Tottenham. Those are all London clubs.
I'm just saying. We won't mention your neighbors that butchered their final. So
the better team won there.
Well, Unai Emery won there. Everybody knows that people are even saying that this cup is the Unai Emery's pride.
Emery Cup.
Yeah, it's the Unai Emery Cup. I mean,
but give credit to Chelsea that we built. They were like the blueprint for what we're doing right now. They really, they came in there and said, how can we get success in the short term? How do we also then get it to go in the long term? And that's to. Yeah. So beating them, it will be like passing on the baton. They are now, we'll take their place.
So you think you can be the new Chelsea?
Yes. We already have more league titles than them.
But
now
Chelsea,
we're going to get the same amount of European Cups.
But you...
yeah. Champions Leagues.
So looking at Chelsea as the blueprint, I mean, Chelsea at that time was signing the likes of Makelele, they had Solomon Kalou, Drogba, they had Jose Mourinho coming from Porto after he had won the Champions League. So they got the right manager at the right time. Do you think Pep Guardiola, 11 years after winning his last Champions League title, do you think he can do it once again?
Yes, I do believe he can do it once again. And if he doesn't, it will signal somewhat of an end. I feel like you would have tried the Pep idea 5 years into it, and now
no Champions League.
This is it. You have to do it. And if he doesn't do it, then I feel like maybe we should just close that book.
All right, so one last question to the Chelsea fan. Do you think that if Thomas Tuchel does not collect this trophy tonight, do you think that he gets sacked?
One thing about our top bosses, they're not afraid to sack a manager. But I don't think he gets sacked. I think his job, actually, guys, when he got the job, was just make it to top 4. Get us into Europe and we'll figure it out. And now we're in Champions League final. Anything can happen. We've beat this team twice already. They know the truth. We will see tonight. And they're not going to give us the ball. Pep's whole thing is they want to keep the ball. So you will have the ball. And I will have Timo Werner making the runs, miss a couple, and then score a couple.
All right, now let's take a break. When we come back, we'll see just how knowledgeable these two men are about their respective sides. Will we make a combined 11 for the UEFA Champions League final?
You are watching Super TV, Open View, channel 150.
How to register a new SuperBets account. SMS Super TV to 30978 and you will receive an SMS with a sign-up link. Click the link you receive, which will direct you to the SuperBets mobile site. Click login. On the pop-up, click register now. Fill in the required details on the form, from your ID number all the way to your contact details. Be sure to choose a strong password that you will remember. After filling in your details, click Submit. In a few minutes, you should receive an OTP if your details were entered correctly. Back onto the Superbets mobile site, type in your OTP. In a few seconds, you will receive a welcome SMS confirming your new account. A 50 Rand sign-up bonus will reflect in your account within 24 hours of your sign-up. Welcome to our family. Superbets, bet with the biggest.
Cece, why so jealous? Just SMS Super TV to 30978 and get lucky yourself.
Big dog status, I'm a big dog bet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette.
You are watching Super TV, Open View, channel 150.
Welcome back to Mo Sports. Now we're joined by the likes of Tato and Sianda. I say the likes because they are representing a whole fraternity of football fans. These are Chelsea and Manchester City fans that are going to be in the Champions League final today, and it's going to be very interesting to see who gets crowned as the champions of Europe, because not only does that mean that they're champions of Europe, but it opens up a wealth of opportunities, because the team that wins has to play the UEFA Super Cup and go on to play for that little medal that stays there the whole season. And you know what the Premier League will have to say about that? Not in our league, somewhere else. But let us go on and have that conversation. But before I get them back, let me show you the Mo riddle. The Mo riddle today reads as follows. Well, he's a young player that came through the ranks at Spurs, went on to play for the likes of Leicester City before being recognized as one of the best strikers in world football. If you have the answer, the number is 071-621-4746. Now, before I get my guest back on camera, I need to take you to the Superbets website so we can see which team had the easier journey rocking up to this final. So don't forget, if you have an SMS Super TV to 30978, you definitely don't have access, or you don't even have an opportunity to go see how we do this thing. So let's go to the website, and we're going to be navigating. My ghost navigator, as usual, is ready with the things. Let's go. Let's navigate to match info. We go to statistics. When you arrive at statistics, we just have to navigate to the UEFA Champions League. So we're going to start off by going to soccer. Right, Ghost Voice is doing the most there. Yeah, there we go. Let's go to international clubs. Let us find the UEFA Champions League. We actually forgot to ask Tato about the women's side, but it's neither here nor there. Let's scroll down to fixtures. So this is the final that both these teams are going to be sitting in. But let's see how they made it to this point. By clicking on the semifinals, let's go backwards chronologically. Yes, that's the score we were looking for. As you can see, Real Madrid faced Chelsea, while PSG had to face Manchester City. Now, this is a Real Madrid with 13 titles. I mean, I don't know if that counts for something, but Chelsea put this team aside. And don't forget that this Real Madrid side knocked out the current holding Premier League champions, which is Liverpool, in the last round to come to this place, and they got knocked out by a Chelsea side that was very stubborn in defense. Thomas Tuchel making sure that his defense was at the top of their game. But PSG not to be looked at as a small side. They were in the Champions League final last season. After losing their manager with Mauricio Pochettino at the helm, they still managed to get to the semi-finals with Neymar, Kylian Mbappe in that side. Never mind Mauro Icardi, never mind Di Maria, never mind Verratti under Herrera. That's a side with a lot of big names, but they still couldn't see themselves past a Manchester City that was quite resilient. Let's go to the previous round, OB.KNOWS, and see what happens there. We click quarterfinals. Let's see how they made it past there. So scrolling down, let's see who they played. Manchester City played a Dortmund that boasted the likes of Erling Haaland, and this was the Erling Haaland coming back from injury, hungry for goals, hungry for game time, and he managed not to be able to beat this Manchester City side. Let's say something about that defense, really. I mean, looking at a defense that kept out Erling Haaland, it must say a lot about where Manchester City are at this point in time. Let's go down. Who faced Chelsea? Porto. Now, Porto also was a very, very surprise outfit in the quarterfinals, but they managed to get this far, not because of luck, but they're also a great side this season in the Champions League, and Chelsea managed to put them aside. It even looks like a clean win, because looking at it as a whole, how much? 2-0 win in the second leg, in the first leg, and a 1-0 loss in the second leg. So you see Chelsea, they didn't have the best of rundowns, but let's put it away and let's ask this question. Who do you think between the two of you, who do you feel? Do you feel like you had an easier run to the final for Manchester City?
I mean, truth be told, we probably had the easier route, if you know. But there's no easy team in the Champions League. Everyone is here because they deserve it. But truth be told, they had it harder.
Even with the likes of having to face Porto in the quarterfinals.
But then they did face Atletico. And
Yeah.
then they also had to face Real Madrid.
Yeah.
You know, whereas us, we faced Borussia Mönchengladbach, if I'm not mistaken, and we had to face Dortmund. But either way, I don't think it compares.
All right, Tato has something to say.
Yeah, I don't think it compares because even the likes of PSG, Neymar's not Neymar, man. Neymar's not who we thought he was going to be. So it's easier, man. We faced Real Madrid.
Yeah.
We know what Real Madrid is. We know what Real Madrid represents, especially in the Champions League. So we had the tougher run. And that just proves, again, Tuchel's management and Tuchel's philosophy came with something that, man.
Yeah.
Came with something. We're moving now.
6 trophies in 2 years at PSG is mean it's not something to look down at. But let's compare the two sides. Now, starting off with the goalkeepers. Now, you have Edison, he has Mendy.
Yeah.
Are you envious that he has Edison? I mean, he has Mendy?
Oh no, I'm absolutely happy with Edison. You know what I mean? He's got years in the bank so far. A Brazilian international as well. I mean, to be fair, how many people really knew Mendy before he played for Chelsea?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The truth is they do have the better goalkeeper. I mean, I think he just won, what's this, Golden Glove again now for Premier League. So they do have the better goalkeeper, the experience, they do. Mendy is also a bit erratic, you know, but yeah, they have Edison, it's all right. Mendy will do the job. He'll do the job. We trust him.
So if I get this right, between these two goalkeepers, if we were making a unified 11, which goalkeeper are we going for here?
I think Edison, because also he's every bit the modern keeper as well. You have to be good with your feet, and I think he's better on his feet playing.
So watching the practice session yesterday, I saw them making Mendy take penalties there, just in case, you know, you can never be ready. And they had Edison taking penalties too, and people were like, why are you making your goalkeeper take penalties? Well, ask Manchester United, they will have to let you know what happened with that whole penalty situation. Let's move on to the fullbacks. Now we have James versus Walker. Now we'll start off on Tato's side. Who do you think would be the better option if you were the manager of making this unified 11?
Look, Walker has the experience. He's Kyle Walker, you know what I'm saying? But James going forward is a different beast. You know, he has the long range shots as well. He can take it long, he can cut inside. You know what I'm saying? So look, if I was being analytical, I would take Kyle Walker. But in terms of form and in terms of who actually can give me that impetus going forward, I'm taking Reece James.
All right, do you agree with the man?
I feel like in this modern day, we really forget about defense. You know what I mean? Like someone can be as good as they can be going forward, but when it's time to defend, I don't think there's a lot of players better than Kyle Walker. So I think I would stick with Walker.
So we're split through the middle for this one. Let's move on to the next position. Let's talk about the centre-back position. Now, this one is going to be an easy choice because I know who I'm taking between these two, but it's Stones versus Silva. And we'll start on the Manchester City side and hear what they have to say.
As an individual, Thiago Silva's better than Stones. Let's get that out. So I think I'm going to go with Thiago Silva. He's got the years in the bank, and we saw what Stones was before Diaz got there. He was a bit of a bust. He wasn't really living up to his potential. So they can have that one for sure. Thiago Silva.
So?
Nothing more to say, my brother. It's Thiago Silva.
It just has to be Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva.
It just has to be Thiago Silva. Now, who would partner them between Diaz and Rudiger? So we'll start off on the Chelsea side in here. Rudiger or Diaz?
Definitely Rudiger.
Oh,
I'm joking. I'm joking. No, look. I think without Ruben Diaz, Man City doesn't get to where they are. I think he's been that big for them. He's been huge. So we take Ruben Diaz, but also Tuchel coming in has given Rudiger a new vibe. I don't know if it's the German connection. I don't know what it is, but it's given Rudiger that new thing. So we take Ruben Diaz, but Rudiger is very close. A step below maybe.
All right, so who would be the last member of that back four? Now we're looking at either Ben Chilwell or João Cancelo.
I mean, he was talking about going forward. I think he has to concede that João Cancelo going forward is better. I think he'll have to concede that one.
I will have to concede yes.
I mean, João Cancelo, yeah.
But I'm not taking João Cancelo for the exact reason why you didn't take. It's the
fair,
exact same
fair,
thing. Look,
fair,
it's the
fair,
exact
fair.
same thing. It's the
Yeah.
exact same thing. I
think
think Chilwell's a much better defender, you know.
Yeah.
And look, Chilwell also has that final cross. He has a passing, you know, so he's not too bad going forward. He's just not João Cancelo.
But in all honesty, they play two different types of football because if you look at what Pep Guardiola has been implementing with João Cancelo, it's more of a don't go via the touchline, go into the midfield and occupy the space behind the defensive midfielders or behind the attacking midfielders. And you look at with Ben Chilwell, he's been going up the touchline, getting the crosses into the box. So they play two different types of football. But I hear what both of you gentlemen are saying because Chilwell will always be in an advantageous position to defend. Let's move on and let's talk about the midfield, the anchoring of the midfield. I mean, it's one that we don't want to talk about every day, but hey, inzima le ndaba fethu. Fernandinho or Kante? We'll have to start on the Chelsea side.
Kante is the best defensive midfielder in the world. No arguments, no nothing. Kante had Kroos, Modric, Casemiro, all those Real Madrid boys eating out of his hand. One small man. His energy is too much. His energy is too much. And if I'm actually going to give the secret that we have, we beat Man City because of Kante. That is it. It's N'Golo Kante, my brother. You can bring De Bruyne, anybody. N'Golo Kante. N'Golo.
Let's hear you, man.
I really don't like agreeing with him, but I have to. I mean, N'Golo Kante, he makes such a difference to any team he plays for. Even France, he made the difference for them. You know, he's quicker than Fernandinho. He's better defensively. Although Fernandinho is world class at his best, I have to give him Kante. I have to give him that one.
I saw a little meme, and they had Manchester City on the one side, and they had the Kevin De Bruyne, the Fernandinhos, and everybody was standing behind Pep Guardiola there, and there was like a bunch of players. And on the other side, it was Thomas Tuchel and Thiago Silva, and then behind him was like 50 Kantes. Like, this is what I'm bringing to the table today.
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
On that pitch. He's everywhere.
And then now the next position is going to be quite easy for you guys, but we'll start on the Manchester City side. So, Jorginho or Kevin De Bruyne?
Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, he can also decide a game by himself. He makes those decisive passes that can end the game right then and there. And he also broke the record for assists last season. And right now, he's having an off season, but still finished top 3 in assists. So, yeah, he has a game-winning effect.
Yeah. So let's hear from the Chelsea side, because I doubt you agree.
Look, it's pretty obvious. Kevin De Bruyne, for me, is top tier in terms of midfield, in terms of attacking midfielders. Like I said, N'Golo, in terms of defensive, I think he's the best. In terms of going forward, I even rate him over Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Way better, you know what I'm saying? He's able to decide a game, like you said, on his own. But Jorginho does not lose the ball. Jorginho holds us together. Like, if we go behind, you'll see the impact that Jorginho has. I'll agree with you. But when we have the ball, Jorginho is massive for us. And the long balls into Timo, that run I was talking about, the Timo run behind, it's Jorginho.
But what does Timo do with those runs?
Oh, we'll get back
We're
to
not
that.
there, brother. Wait, hold on.
No, don't spoil the beans for the people at home. Super viewers is already jumping the gun. Let's go on and talk about the next set of players. I mean, these two players have been considered the two best in terms of the young players in the Champions League this season. We're talking about, obviously, Phil Foden and Mason Mount. It's nice to see that they're both English for a change. So, between the two young Englishmen, we'll start on the Chelsea side. Who are you going for?
Look, I have to go Mason Mount because he's a Chelsea player, but I think it's actually dead even. If I'm being honest, I actually think it's dead even. And look, the English media also has this thing where they overhype players. We've seen it with Lingard, we've seen it with Jack Wilshere, the Danny Welbecks. They overhype these young English players. You know what I'm saying? But these two are the future of England. And I think even in the Euros, they're going to be the difference in terms of England actually winning games. Because for me, they do the exact same thing. I think Foden's a bit better going forward, but Mount works harder in the midfield. Yeah. He will run back for you. He will make sure, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's dead even. So because it's dead even, Mason Mount.
All right, we'll let you choose the front three now. I'm going to give you the option of choosing the front three all at once. So I'm going to give you the options you have. There's Riyad Mahrez, Sterling, Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, Pulisic, and Aguero.
Oh, Sterling can't be anywhere near that pitch.
He can be.
No.
He
Sterling
cannot
be anywhere near that pitch. No. Can we get another comment?
Okay, let's start off with let's do them one by one because clearly the stress is there. So Riyad Mahrez or Hakim Ziyech, which one are we going with there?
I mean, Ziyech is he's a very good footballer.
Yeah.
Really, I rate him a lot. But I feel like Mahrez, if you look at him this season, he's been one of our players of the season.
Consistent.
And I feel like Hakim still needs time to, find his feet. He hasn't really found his feet, and Mahrez has. So just for that, I'm going to go with Mahrez.
All right, let's let the next man pick the next between the two. So Sterling or Pulisic?
I was about to say, when you said your list, I was going to say any two Manchester City players, but the only one who gets into that three is Pulisic.
It's Pulisic, so Pulisic is the man for you.
Pulisic is the only one that gets into
And then the biggest elephant in the room, Werner or Aguero? Experience or talent? Young young, unexperienced talent. Let's hear it.
Werner, I mean, yeah. Look, I also rate him a lot. And I think the goals will come. But right now they're not coming. But then at the same time, Aguero, it seems like his best years are behind him. However, I think a post-prime Aguero, for goals, I'll take him any day over Werner.
All right, do you agree with that?
We have to take Aguero.
All right, so the two gentlemen are taking Aguero. All we're going to do is take a break. When we come back, we'll see how both these gentlemen are going to set up their bet slips.
You are watching Super TV, Open View, channel 150. You are watching Super TV, Open View, channel 150.
Welcome back to Mo Sports. Now, it's been a big journey on today's episode as we build up to the UEFA Champions League final. Now, it's match time for these two gentlemen. Now, welcome back to the show. My name is Mo, and this is Mo Sports, and you're tuned into channel 150 on your Open View decoder. Now, let me give you the Mo riddle before we get carried away and start making these bet slips, because it might not be match time for City and Chelsea, but it's match time for these two gentlemen, because they'll have to make their bets and put their money where their mouth is and say that I'm going to go with my side, and I think they'll win this game. So, the Mo riddle today reads as follows. This young man came through the ranks at Tottenham Hotspurs. He went on to play for the likes of Leicester City before he was regarded as one of the best strikers in world football. If you have the answer, the number is 071-621-4746. And don't forget to SMS Super TV to 30978 while you're at it. But it's time for us to do the one thing that is so hard always in football, and that's to make our predictions, make our bets, go home, watch the game with some snacks, my cool drink. Just, guys, where are you watching the game tonight? Let's start off with you, Sianda. Where are you watching the game tonight?
Look, just in case things don't go my way, I think I'm just going to watch it at home. Home is safe.
Where are you watching yours?
Look, I've been catching the Chelsea journey at a pub.
Yeah.
So it's just Chelsea fans.
I like Tato's
So I'm
story.
going back.
I like your story more.
I'm going back. I am going back. If I lose, we just close up here. You see, that's what
And then you walk
prepared.
out.
You know what I'm saying? Just close up, then we walk out, brother.
Let me tell you the story of when Liverpool won the Champions League. So remember when they faced Barcelona in that first leg and Barcelona was putting Liverpool to the sword? That was the same day when we had just won a tournament with our five-a-side team in Mamelodi. We'd won the tournament, won some prize monies with 30,000 rand. We were losing our minds. We went to a bar, we were drinking, we were watching this game. Liverpool were behind, we were trailing. Everybody kept saying to me, every call, everybody was like, yeah what? Guess I never winning this trophy. And I was like, throw in. And the funny thing is that with the UEFA Champions League, the beautiful thing is that we lost the first leg. We won the second leg, but guess what? I was at home. So I don't watch any game at home anymore. You must go to the pub so people can see you win. Except if you feel like you're going to lose, you have to be at home. So clearly from what I'm hearing here, it looks like it's leading that way.
Confidence.
Confidence.
But as a City fan, everywhere I go, I'm outnumbered. So
Yeah.
at home, yeah, that's what I'll be.
All right. No, I heard that City fans, you all are still toddlers.
It's new money.
You're not even drinking age. Is it true?
It's new money. It's new money. As I said, Chelsea is just historically, it's there. It's written in the stars, guys.
All right, so let's go do this. Let's go to the website. Let me show you what's available in terms of making your bet on this historic landmark of a game. Historic for Manchester City and historic for Chelsea because they can go up to deuce titles tonight. Let's go see. To the website we go. We have to wait for the banner. Let's go search for it. Let's click on the arrow. The arrow on the banner. Let's try and find. There we go. Let's click on that. Let's see what fantasy say. Let's see. Scroll down. It says how many points can you accumulate in the bag for the Champions League final. So it's a point situation, meaning that you're gonna make a multi-bet slip with accumulating points. Let's scroll down. OB.KNOWS. It's gonna ask us for the email. There's still 6. Wait, scroll down. Scroll down. So it says there's how many? 6 hours and 39 minutes before it's closed. It's done for. So your email address, your username is what you put in there. And then once you've done so, then you start making your bet. So match winner over 90 minutes. So obviously both these men will have a different perspective. We can't ask them that now. Then you have to double chance it and then let's scroll down. And then the first team to score. So it'll be a very interesting one. I think it's going to be a corner kick. Mo always says it's going to be a corner kick in Castro. So there's no Castro yet. It's going to be a corner kick. Then you can maybe say to rules. And then half-time, full-time, you can still put your money on that. So everything that you put on there has points. So you see the most unlikely the result, the more points you will get. So let's scroll out. Can we scroll out and go make our bet for both these gentlemen? Because as you can see, this one is for those people that want to accumulate points and the prize money is involved and everything. So let's close it. Let's go back a page. Isn't our fit? See, people that know their things. This ghost mouse is doing the things right now. But you can also bet on the tennis. You can see it right there, but we're not there for that. So UEFA Champs, there it is. 2 markets available. Click on that. Games. All right, Champions League. All right, gentlemen. So as the Superbets website usually does, there's an option to pick the winner and in over 90 minutes, and an option to pick who will lift the trophy. Now, it does not necessarily mean that if you win the game, if you win the game, you lift the trophy. But if you draw, you go to extra time, which means that someone lift the trophy, but they did not win over the 90 minutes. So, who do you think, we'll start on with Sianda, who do you think will win the game over 90 minutes?
I don't believe it will go over 90 minutes, but if it does, I think City will nick it.
Oh, you think it will go over to extra time?
I feel like this is going to go over to extra time because they're so good defensively.
All right, so do you think that your team still lifts the trophy?
For sure.
All right, let's put $50 on him there. Are you spending your whole 50 right on this, or do you want other markets as well?
The whole thing.
All right, the whole $50 on Man City to lift the trophy. So he's saying he doesn't know how, doesn't really care how. He just says his team will lift the trophy. So let's put $50 on that. All right, 72.50. That's enough for you to get a quarter and a cool drink tonight. Let's press continue. Let's press OK. All right, let's go, Mr. Tato. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
Look, we're not going to extra time. We are winning it.
In the 90.
In the 90.
Yeah.
And if they're going to beat us, they're going to have to thrash us.
Yeah.
That's the only way they're beating us.
So you guys are winning and lifting the trophy?
My brother, we are winning this one.
All right, let's give it to Chelsea to win. And then let's try to give them to lift the trophy as well. It clashes. So what we'll do is that we'll give them to win over the 90. Let's put like $25 on that. And then we'll put the other $25 on them to lift the trophy. I mean, even the odds are saying that Chelsea's not the favorites, which is an identical situation to what happened in 2012. And even with Roberto, what is it? Is it who, Roberto? Di Matteo. He also was a coach that came in mid-season. Nobody believed in him, and they were like, he was an assistant. Now Chigi is going to put the team.
Lightning does not strike the same place twice.
All right, let's put the website away because apparently lightning does not strike the same place twice. Let me give you the answer to the Mo riddle before we have to wrap up the show. So the answer to the Mo riddle today had to be only one man. I mean, who else do you know that came from Tottenham's development? Let's go see who the answer is. The answer is Mr. Harry Kane. Oh, that was a very obvious Mo riddle. If you didn't know the answer, I'm worried about you. Worried. I mean, how do you not know this one? But let's put the answer away. Now, the final comments from you guys. What should we expect to see from Manchester City tonight?
There's not going to be any thrashing. But it's going to be two teams very defensively, well put together. And I think it's going to be a very close game. But we're going to nick it.
All right, Tato, last words?
I think there's a lot of goals in this game. I think because everyone thinks it's going to be that structured and City's going to change. City's not going to change. Pep's not going to change. We know what both teams are going to do. It's going to be, if we win, we're going to need to finish our chances. We will get plenty chances. We just need to finish. And if we finish our chances, we're winning this. 3-1, 2-1, but there'll be goals.
All right, so one is going for a treble and one is going for a double. We have to wait and see tonight who will be the champions of Europe. From us, well, we have to say goodbye. Join us again tomorrow at 1 p.m. to see how it all unfolded and what our thoughts will be after the match.
You are watching Super TV, Open View, channel 150.